Good morning, boys. It's Thursday, 15th April 2021. We're doing mathematics. All right. Right. We started this week. We started by doing multiples. Remember that? We said that multiples are when you multiply one number by the other. All right. And we did multiples of 3. We said multiples of 3 would be every number is a multiple of itself, so it must start with 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 6 would be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. And we said that when we're doing multiples, more or less we are doing tables. If you know your tables, it's easy to do multiples. All right? And then we moved on from there and we did something called common multiples. Common multiples. Meaning that we looked at, see that if we look at 2 or 3 numbers and see if they have multiples that are common. Today we are going a little further. What we are doing today, we are looking at LCM. What does that mean? Lowest common multiple. What does it mean? Lowest common multiple. Alright, meaning that common means the same, we know what multiple mean, and lowest means the smallest. So what we're looking for, we're not only looking for the common multiple, we are looking for the lowest or the smallest common multiple between numbers. So let's look at the multiples of 3 and 6. The multiple of 3, remember, every number is a multiple of itself. So we're starting with 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We could stop there. Multiples of 6, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Now, what is the lowest common multiple? We can go. Let's look at the common multiples first. We're saying, all right, 3 is not common, 6 is common, good. 12 is common, and 18 is common. So let's circle those. So we circle the multiples. We have the common multiples between 6 and 3 is 6, 12, and 18. But we want to find out which is the lowest common multiple or the smallest multiple. We know that 18 is the biggest, 12 is the middle, so 6 is the smallest or the lowest common multiple. So the LCM of 3 and 6 is equal to 6. So let's write that. Right, so let's review it again. LCM means lowest or smallest common multiple. We did multiples, then we did common multiples. Now we're doing the lowest or the smallest common multiple. Step 1, we write our multiples for our numbers, and then we find out what are the common multiples. And then we're looking for the lowest or the smallest common multiple. And the smallest common multiple of 6 and 3, the LCM of 3 and 6 is equal to 6. 6 is the lowest common multiple. Let's look at the next one. We have 4 and 5. First step, we write down the multiples. Alright? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Let's write down the multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We could stop there because we've seen a common one here. Alright? So when you start writing down the multiples, as long as you see, you write down the 1 and write the next one. You see, as soon as you come to 1 that has a common multiple, you could stop. You don't have to write anymore. Alright? So when I reach 20, I could have stopped because I saw both of them have 20. So is 4 a common multiple? No. 8? No. 12? No. 16? No. 20? Yes. Alright, so we can stop here. We don't have to go any further. So the LCM of 4 and 5 is equal to 20. So let's write that. So the LCM, so let's look at it again. Hold on. Right? So the lowest common multiple of 5 and 4 is 20. So the LCM of 5 and 4 is equal to 20. So when we are doing these problems, for example, let's say we're doing this one here, and you write the multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And you start writing multiples of 6. You write 6, 12. When you reach 12, you could stop because you see you already have a common, that would be the lowest common multiple. Because the others would, right? No, sorry. When you write 6, you could stop there because you have 6. You already get 6 already, so that's the lowest common multiple already. So don't need to go any further because you get the lowest one here. So here, you write down your numbers, and time you start to write for 5, time you reach 20, you could stop because you got the lowest common multiple. So that is what we are doing today. We are doing LCM. So we started off with we did multiples. What are multiples? Multiples are when you multiply a number by another number. And we said that every number is a multiple of itself. So if you're writing the multiples of 8, the first multiple of 8 would be 8, and then 16, and then you move on 24, 32. Multiple of 5, 5 would be the first multiple. The multiple of 2, 2 is a multiple of 2. Alright, so today what we are doing is finding the LCM, the lowest common multiple of given numbers. So we'll be doing this in our Google Classroom. I would send the lesson. You would do it in your book. When you get the answer, well, then you would select the correct answer in Google Classroom. All right, so you're going to write it in your book, because if you don't write it in your book, you would not be able to remember it. So I'll send this note first, write this note, and then you would go to Google Classroom. Thank you, boys. Good morning.